Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to my analytics school. Today we have Ayush with us. Ayush is a IT BHU alumni and recently got placed at Axis Bank as data analyst. So we will be discussing some tips and tricks about what was his recruitment process and how student can get benefit from his experience. Yeah, so let's start.
Okay, first of all, thank you for having me here.
Yeah, so hi Ayush. I guess you're on mute. Yeah. So hi Ayush. Let's start with a quick introduction from your side.
Um, First of all, thank you for having me here. My name is Ayush Soni, and I'm graduating this year from IIT BHU, and I'm also a MAS alumni. My journey in the analytics course started from my second year while I was preparing for my internship, and eventually I got myself placed in Axis Bank as a data analyst during on my on-campus placement. So this is about me.
Okay. So, can you tell us something about your recruitment process that you had at Axis Bank, and some advice would you like to give to our audience?
Uh, as far as the recruitment process concerned in Axis Bank, there were two rounds. First being the online assessment test, and second being the interview. Uh, in the online assessment test, there were two sections. I could recall that there are 100 questions, and in 100, and there were 2 hours given for that. In those 100 questions, there were 30 from the quant and 45 from the logical reasoning, English, and verbal and remaining there's a one and 25 question are from our behavioral question now. There are 25 questions for the behaviors, and there's another section for data for coding assessment. There was a one question, separate one question for that, like it's a basic Python data structure question. So this is about the what about the test. And overall I would say that the level was kind of easy to moderate, but there are some cat level questions too. And the one who is preparing for those tests, I would suggest that go through that cat syllabus. And there are some other sources like Rosa YouTube channel, which uh, I also took help from in my initial day up before MS. And for the coding part, I would say that there are resources like HackerRank and GF Geeks for Geeks, and that W3 school, W3 school. But for personal opinion, I took resources help from the MS itself. And these and HackerRank is basically much more good for your practice, and because it consists of
Yep.
very good quality of questions. So this is about the test pattern uh, of the online assessment. As far as the interview concerned, my interview was scheduled on day two, which is 2nd December, and there was only one round for that, and it lasts for about 1 hour. And it consists of a very mix of everything. Like there's a basic introduction, there's a technical round, there's a case, and the guest all included in that one round. And it basically start from a basic introduction. I gave a basic I basically give a introduction of 1.5 minute. And I would suggest that one who is going for interview, just prepare, be well versed with your introduction, be well
Oh,
versed with your fluency, how it sounds, like that. Then in inter- then the interview move on to my internship part. Like he start asking about the internship, like what you did. So I just start explaining and give a short introduction about what I did in in my internship. And I would suggest that one who is going for interview, just be prepared with the questions. Like one could expect questions like uh, oh, So, like one could expect questions like what are insights and all those things. Then after that, then comes to project part. Luckily he got interest in one of my project. It was credit card, and after that he gave me a SQL question, which was a simple question. After that, there's a case study and guesstimate round. So it lasts for around 50 minutes, and this is about the interview process.
okay. Okay, so now, what are the most important technical skills or language that you would like to recommend that is important for this kind of roles?
Uh, I think SQL is a must thing. Like it is definitely one of the most important skill which a data analyst should require, and nowadays most of the companies are also asking about SQL in their online assessment as well in the interview. And there are plenty of resources available online. One can find out, like HackerRank and W3 School. But and second most important language is the Python. Python is also very important. It is going to be important for your project part, and it will also form the basic basis of your machine learning. And Axis Bank also asked me that Python data structure question in their online assessment. So nowadays, company also is asking questions regarding that. After that, I think MS Excel is also one of the most important thing because some company mention MS Excel as their job requirement. So it is also very important, and they also ask question regarding that in the interview. So I think these three are the some of the languages which data analysts require.
Okay. Now coming to the resume part, how important you think having a good resume is, and also in that which section of the resume is mostly valued? किस पे
Oh,
इंटरव्यूअर
okay.
ज़्यादा फोकस करते हैं?
जी, जी। Uh, I think resume is like one of the most important aspect in terms of any job interview, and I think a good resume consists of very crisp and clear words, which depicts more about you. Like, and the second thing is that it should not consist of any fake information regarding anything. In most of the cases, what people do that they just copy paste from their friends, so it should not consist of anything like that. And typical resume consists of your name, your passing, your schools, your passing years and percentage. There is a section for internship and your project, and there is also space for your extracurricular and honors and achievement. This is basically the format which we follow at IIT BHU. And so I would say that the section which is more highly valued is that internship and the project. Your whole interview will going to resolve around that. Like it will form the basis of that. There's a lot of question grilling around that. There's a lot of cross questioning, and one should be be prepared with what are the insights and all those things. So this is about what are the most important part which should we one should focus on.
Okay. So now coming to the interview part, interview is of a 2 to 3 round. So what should candidate prioritize and like आगे क्या क्या कैसे प्लान करना चाहिए? थोड़ा सा और डिटेल में इंटरव्यू को बताओ कि क्या कैसे
फर्स्ट
प्लान
ऑफ
करना चाहिए और उसको आगे।
पहले तो मुझे लगता है कि रेज्यूमे बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट होता है आपको रेज्यूमे को बहुत अच्छी तरह से मतलब प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए लकली एम एस हैज गुड good offering like they used to check everything after once and after every time like super mentor used to check all those things so first is resume be very well prepared with your resume second thing because resume एक फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन छोड़ता है आपके मतलब इंटरव्यू में और इंटरव्यू की बात की जाए तो इंटरव्यू में फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कम्युनिकेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है अपने कम्युनिकेशन पे बहुत मतलब कॉन्फिडेंस बंदे को अगर इंटरव्यू कर दे रहा है खासकर डेटा एनालिस्ट रोल के लिए एंड दिस इज एंड जो बात की गई है हाउ दे कैन स्टैंड आउट फ्रॉम अदर एप्लीकेंट मुझे लगता है कि
Right.
जो बंदा एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी है वो इसलिए एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी है जो कि बिकॉज ही स्टार्ट टू शो अप एवरी डे लाइक ही इज शोइंग अप एवरी डे एंड ही इज बीइंग कंसिस्टेंट थ्रू आउट द प्रोसेस this is what I think. Like in my cases, I was being consistent and eventually I got myself placed. Like I have seen many people who are being consistent in this their journey. So this is what this they can stand out from the other applicant.
Yeah.
Uh,
So basically, consistency is the key to success that you are saying,
hmm,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Now coming to some of the common mistakes that we generally make during an interview or during a recruitment process. So would you like to speak something about that and how can we avoid those mistakes?
Yeah, like I initially explained that most of people are copy paste everything in their resume. So it is definitely the worst thing which you can do. And if interview find out you are faking things, there's definitely chances that you may get rejected. सो कभी मतलब फेक कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं करना, बी ऑनेस्ट विथ योर रेज्यूमे। सेकंड थिंग जो मेरे साथ भी हुई मेरे इंटरव्यू टाइम पे, वो थी पीपल गेट बेसिकली नर्वस एंड दे इन देयर होल इंटरव्यू बाय जस्ट फॉरगेटिंग थिंग्स एंड जस्ट लुकिंग लेस कॉन्फिडेंट। तो हमको मतलब समझना चाहिए कि इंटरव्यू जो आया है वो आपको हायर करने के लिए आया है, ना कि रिजेक्ट करने। यस हियर टू हायर यू, नॉट टू जस्ट रिजेक्ट यू। सो जस्ट बी काम एंड आंसर बी कॉन्फिडेंट। एंड थर्डली मैं ये बोलूँगा कि लाइक इट इज़ कभी कभी क्या होता है, लोग अटक जाते हैं इंटरव्यू में और वो डीमोटिवेट हो जाते हैं, लाइक अब मैं अटक गया किसी पॉइंट पे। सो इट इज़ ओके इफ यू गेट स्टक इन एनी पार्ट ऑफ द इंटरव्यू, लाइक यू शुड नॉट you should not demotivate at that point. And this is what.
Okay.
So these are some common mistakes which people used to do, and this what these can avoid those things. Just be confident on all those things.
Right, right, right. Now coming to answering a questions, like we generally know what the answer is or what the interview is asking, but what is the correct way of answering those questions? So would you like to give some tips and tricks around these things?
Uh, First thing, I would say that be very clear with your like basics, like what, like be clear with all your basics which you have mentioned in your resume, like with all your technical terms. Uh, अगर बेसिक क्लियर नहीं होंगे तो आप क्वेश्चन को अच्छे से मतलब उसको लेमन टर्म में एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाओगे। सो बेसिक्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं। सेकंड थिंग जो मुझे बहुत हेल्प की है वो ये है कि शॉर्ट नोट्स एंड क्विक नोट्स जो आपको मतलब बनाने चाहिए। Like never like always make short notes because you can just recap everything during your interview, like before interview. And lastly, I would say that just be calm and composed. Just think that he's here to accept you, not to reject you, and be confident around that.
ओके। हाँ, सो हमने मतलब टेक्निकल राउंड के राउंड काफ़ी डिस्कस कर लिया, पर एचआर राउंड भी उतने ही इम्पोर्टेंट्स होते हैं। तो एचआर राउंड्स में कैसे क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं और कैसे स्टूडेंट एचआर राउंड के लिए खुद को प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं, इसके अराउंड भी थोड़ा लाइट डाल दो।
Uh, like in my case, there was no any such HR round. Like there's only one round, and which consists of everything. So in my case, there was no any HR round, but I was well prepared because of the documentation which is provided by the mass is really very helpful. लाइक उसमें बहुत रिसेंटली जो मोस्टली आज क्वेश्चन थे, जो एचआर क्वेश्चन हो सकते हैं, वो एक पूरा डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में बना के दिया था, तो मैंने तो वही प्रेफर किया था अपने टाइम पे। एंड समथिंग लाइक द मोस्ट जो आज क्वेश्चन वो ये हो सकते हैं कि हाउ वेयर डू यू सी योरसेल्फ इन योर 5 years, एंड व्हाट आर योर टॉप क्वालिटीज, what are the things which you like about you, what you don't like about you. And there was also one question which asked by not Axis Bank, but another company, which was can you please like it just you have to showcase a situation where you showed your leadership qualities. So these are some HR questions which one can. And there are also some
ओ,
resources that I want to mention. Like there's a booklet which I used to follow. It was 64 HR question. Like it consists of a complete guide of all those HR questions which one could require.
yeah, even I
This is the
followed
what.
that. Okay, nice. Now coming to the resources and other tools, like what you would like to recommend someone who is preparing and want to go in a data science and data analytics domain.
Resources, as I mentioned, first part is that your online assessment part. Like you have to go through that quant and LR concept वगैरह. So for that, I would recommend either take follow the YouTube channel. Like I used to follow a YouTube channel which was Roda, which has a very comprehensive guide of all those things. And as far as that your coding or your technical knowledge concerned, there are also there are platforms like HackerRank, W3 School, Coursera. I have taken the courses from there, which really helped me a lot. Like Python, SQL is really I learned from those things. And and for the interview part, work on your communication and like these all things.
Right. Now coming to my analytics school, where do you came to know about my analytics school? What was your thought and why did you choose it? और अब क्या लगता है कैसा रहा ये जर्नी माई एनालिटिक्स स्कूल के साथ?
पहले तो बताऊं कि मैंने एम एस के बारे में कहाँ से सुना था। मैंने अपने सीनियर से सुना था, मतलब हम लोग के जो सीनियर बैच था हम लोग की ब्रांच का, तो उन्होंने बताया था एमएस बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट, बहुत मतलब अच्छा मतलब ऑफरिंग्स हैं एमएस की. And like they have explained me like all the benefits which MS offers, like there's a one-to-one mentorship, there's a there were platforms for the learning. And जो मेरा रीज़न रहा MS चूज़ करने का वो ये था कि मुझे एक वेरी स्ट्रक्चर प्लान चाहिए था अपने प्रिपरेशन के लिए. And because so MS is a place like it provide a very centralized place for all those learning resources. बिकॉज क्या होता था जब मैं यहाँ भी मतलब ऑनलाइन में सर्च करता था तो देर आर वेरी डिस्क्रीट रिसोर्सेज अवेलेबल, देयर नो एनी सच प्लेटफॉर्म वेयर आई कैन फाइंड एवरीथिंग. बट इन द केस ऑफ एमएएस देयर इज अ सेंट्रलाइज्ड प्लेस फॉर ऑल दोस थिंग्स. तो ये मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. एंड देन मैंने वेबिनार एक एमएस ने कंडक्ट किया था, मैंने अटेंड किया था, जहाँ उन्होंने सब सारी ऑफरिंग्स एक्सप्लेन की थी. तो मुझे लगता है कि एमएस इज रियली कंप्लीट गाइड फॉर व्हाट अ डेटा एनालिस्ट और डेटा साइंटिस्ट रिक्वायर एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स. एंड सो फॉर मेरा जो
Okay.
एक्सपीरियंस रहा है एम एस के साथ वो बहुत अच्छा रहा है. लाइक द पीपल आर रियली हेल्पफुल. एंड आई रिमेंबर दैट आई यूज्ड टू डिस्कस माय प्रॉब्लम्स, like my doubts and problems, even in the 1 p.m. with some our seniors, my mentors. And I would say that the mock interviews and those GD sessions are really the game changer. They really help me provide a real time experience of everything. And the critical feedback which our senior used to provide, it was also very impactful in my journey. So this is about the MS.
Great, great, great. And what advice you would like to give to someone who is considering joining my analytics school to get a career in data analytics or data science?
I would say that just please go through all those offerings which MS provide, and you will definitely find out that these are the things which one should require to ace any data analytics roles or data scientist role. Like there's a tons of offerings which one should require. So definitely it's a worth it program for that.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you, Ayush. Thank you for sharing your experience. And thanks a lot for joining.
Thank you. Thank you.